God made you. Find out what that means in this episode of 5 Minutes Closer. I'm Vaughn Weatherford, and this is 5 Minutes Closer. For the next 5 minutes, let's explore some biblical truths and apply them to your life. No podcast, including this one, can transform your life or give you what you really need. Only Jesus can do that. You can find out why in what I've called the first five episodes of 5 Minutes Closer. Each following episode explores scriptural truths that, if you follow them, will bring you 5 minutes closer to the person God created you to be. Let's see if we can get you 5 minutes closer. In 2013, the British heritage charity, the National Trust, received a donation of paintings. Art historians identified one of the paintings as a portrait of the famous artist Rembrandt, painted by one of his students. Examination of the image, though, revealed something even better. Instead of being a painting by one of his students, it turns out the painting is a self-portrait by Rembrandt himself, worth an estimated $30 million. The painting went from a lovely work of art to a priceless masterpiece, all based on one truth: the artist who painted it. Where did the world come from? Where do we come from? People have asked those questions ever since people have been asking questions. The answer is significant, whether you consider yourself religious or not. Even the atheist asks, where did all this come from? Genesis gives us the answer. Some might scoff and discount the description in the book of Genesis as unscientific. We could go into all the legitimate arguments that indicate the disagreements between science and creation are not what they initially seem to be. That argument, though, misses the point. The point is that God did this. Each day of creation described in Genesis chapter 1 points to that one foundational truth. God did this. God made what you see and things that you don't see. He spoke it all into existence. He spoke, He created, He surveyed, and it was good. No one disputes the beauty of the universe. This is a fascinating place. We are only beginning to scratch the surface of all the treasures and amazing sights that are included in our world. But as impressive as the universe may be, how we view it changes when we understand who the artist is. The way we treat the earth around us, how we think about everything we see, and our entire understanding changes with these words from Genesis. And God said. If God did this, it changes everything. His fingerprints are everywhere, and especially on one part of His creation, you. God made you in His image. Each day described in the creation account brings wonder and amazement. Each day, as God brings into existence the different parts of creation, it's all exactly the way He wants it to be. And then He does something even more impressive in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. So God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. This is one of those statements in the Bible that the more you read it, the deeper it gets. What does it mean that God created us in His image? Well, at the very least, this would include our spiritual nature. Genesis chapter 2, verse 7 describes how God formed us and breathed into us the breath of life. That we are in His image explains the pledge of a relationship with Him. We are to be God's representatives here on earth. We are stewards of all that He has made, and we are responsible to Him for how we take care of it. God created us for fellowship with Him. We are designed to be with Him eternally. Then Genesis chapter 3 describes how sin shatters that image. Our disobedience and rebellion take this incredible gift that God has given and trample it into the ground. Sin perverts the order of things. It is the created's attempt to make ourselves the creator. Worse, it fails to acknowledge the Creator at all, fooling us into the delusion that we don't need God. Nothing could be further from the truth. Created to be in fellowship with God, our broken relationship with Him takes us away from the very thing God created us to be. Have you ever looked at the back of a mirror? You can't see anything. It's just a flat, dull, gray hunk of glass. Turn the mirror around and you see a perfect reflection of yourself. Far too often, we try to look in the mirror backward. We judge ourselves by the metrics of the world. If we don't have enough money or enough friends or somehow we're not successful enough, we think our life is not all that it should be. So we waste enormous amounts of energy trying to achieve all of those things that in the end don't really matter at all. We need to turn the mirror around and take a look at Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. Instead of seeing a reflection of ourselves, we should strive to be a reflection of the God who created us. In every decision we make, every goal we set, and every plan we undertake, we should seek to be what God created us to be, a reflection of Him. You can be the reflection of the one who made you in His image. And now, you're 5 minutes closer. My prayer is that these 5 minutes have challenged you, inspired you, and caused you to consider applying God's message for your life from His Word. To find out more, visit our website at 5minutescloser.com. Join me next time to see if we can get you 5 minutes closer.